Radio guy and his sidekick. Jake, how are you? I think just white people suck. Certified love his puss, you know. Welcome to the show. You're faking cancer.
Yeah.
Certified pussy boy.
When I was 3, I got bit by a tick in my head, and then from the time that I was 3 to when I was 16, I was in and out of wheelchairs.
My name is Jacob Andrew Sharpe. This is Jake Doolittle. Yes, Jake?
So you just changed the subject, but I was about to say something.
That's real.
So.
Ba-boom. Ba-boom. But yeah, I don't know why I get comfy every time like this.
No, it's nice.
Yeah, I know, but you remember the documentary you did for us?
Mm-hmm.
I'm all neck.
Okay.
I have a thick neck. I come from a long line of thick necks. And when I lay back, I like become one kind of just like solid piece of like white matter.
Sure.
And I gotta just sit up straight because it's better for my lower back.
Mm-hmm.
But then like this is too intimate, I think.
Yeah, I think like this.
This is you and I are just like.
Yeah. And also, I love that. I'm glad that the camera isn't too low because when you lean back a lot, like your cock and balls are out.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wear shorts that are that show off my entire leg.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering, do Jacob Andrew Sharpe's legs go all the way up? They do. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, at the very top, they're met by a grown man's penis and balls.
Grown man's a stretch.
Grown man's a stretch. It is met by a set of penis and balls. And I say penis because some people are like my cock or my dick.
Yeah.
I do not have that.
You don't
I
have
have
a
a
cock,
medically, I have a penis.
Of course, yeah.
I have a like you know in school like when they're like this is a penis like and it's just like the inside of it.
Yes.
That's what I have.
Okay.
Because you know like when like it's like and like okay. Sorry.
Hi.
Sorry that this I'm starting this way, but there's some people that they have a cock or a dick at least.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think what is it? Probably 3 tiers.
I'd say
Penis,
it's the 3 tiers.
Dick, cock.
I might have a willy. I have a wiener. How about that?
Okay. Okay. Wiener, penis, dick, cock.
Yeah. We can be penis friendly here. This is a penis safe space, I guess.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the
Unless
most
you're
part.
like a bad guy, then no.
Yeah, but I feel like we don't really have any bad people watching.
No,
this.
yeah. But also who wants to listen to 2 guys be like, I have a penis.
Yeah. But we do have to finish our thought. Like, so you have a little willy. You have
It's
a
not
little
a
guy.
little willy.
No,
it's a regular willy.
It's a tiny, tiny, tiny willy.
It's pretty tiny. You know when you see I'm not describing my penis, but
No.
you know when you but I'll do it for the humor of it.
Of course.
But you know when you see like the end of a hot dog,
Okay. Yeah.
like poking out of the bun.
Okay.
Like when you're just like, oh, there's a little bit more hot dog. That's the whole thing.
I think of mine as like maybe like a cartoon nose.
Yeah.
Where it's
Well,
just like a little, yeah.
I don't do well in like January.
Yeah.
You know?
Or February or March.
Anything between like November, winter. Not great for wieners. But how about? But the thing, because I was having this conversation with my buddy Ross, and we were like, it gets better. It gets a lot better later. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's efficient.
Okay. I mean, okay.
What I'm saying is that it's like it only it's like Groundhog Day.
Sure. Yeah. So throughout the seasons, yeah.
Yeah, it'll
sense.
not even throughout the seasons. Just like if it'll get hanging out with it. It might it might get a little bit better.
Yeah, but I would like to say like right now, what is it? Probably 130 degrees out.
Yeah, so it's mostly balls, to be honest. No, it doesn't need to be warm. It just needs, I guess, attention.
Well, what I was going to say is like I don't think like we're saying that January is a bad month for us
Because it's cold.
Yeah, but it's also so hot out, and I have an innie.
That's
So what? So what are we talking about?
that's true. It looks like a tennis ball with 2 beach balls on top of 2 beach balls.
yeah.
It looks silly. It looks like, what kind of sport can I play with that? And you're like, nothing, nothing really.
Not even t-ball. Yeah.
Not even t-ball. This is my genitals are an unorganized sports closet at a high school.
For sure.
It is just a bunch of like broken bats and a few deflated basketballs. Yeah. But do you
Hopes and
think?
dreams.
Yeah, hopes and dreams. Okay, this is actually a good thing. That we can talk about sexual health and being sick.
Okay.
What a great segue, especially you know, as a young person. What is stinky?
No, I was just smelling it. I thought I smelled it.
My wiener? You
Yeah,
think that's got
your-
my smell of my wiener on
Oh
it?
my god, dude.
My willy?
Yeah.
My smelly little willy?
Yeah.
My my little willy is the
so
same.
smelly.
It's
How
so
smelly
smelly.
is it?
It smells like a high school teacher's coffee breath.
Oh.
Yeah. How about that? After a run? Oof.
Yeah.
Fuck the people that are like that if you don't know, especially as a man, if you think your dick doesn't smell, you're an idiot. How about that?
You're
An idiot.
Yeah.
If you like have been walking around and like they're the same guys that'll be like, I don't go down on chicks. Like, I don't like the smell of
Yeah.
fish.
Super cool. Super cool.
You're a bad guy and you don't make people come. Second, your dick smells because if you think that you walk around all day and that your dick doesn't smell like a wet towel, then you're an idiot. You walk around with your little blue jeans and you're like, yeah, I don't go down on women.
Yeah.
Your dick sucks.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. It smells so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I feel like people, like most guys who go to University of Men are like that.
Yes,
Where
for
it's
sure.
like my dick doesn't smell, but also your you smell. So that's
well, anybody, if you have like the inner legs near like the ass of any human being, if you're walking around and doing stuff, it doesn't smell very good. And that's just fine.
Yeah.
But like, don't be an asshole to other people and be like, ugh, chicks are gross. Like, those are the type of guys that are like, I don't even jerk off because that's gay. Like, I don't look at my own dick because that's gay.
Right. Yeah, and they don't have any trauma.
No, yeah, exactly. They have a great relationship with everyone in their family.
Yeah, especially their dad.
Their dads, heck, even their moms. They don't want to fuck that lady.
No.
No way.
They don't want to have sex with their mom.
Yeah, Oedipus complex. No, thank you. But yeah, being sick though, and it's weird. It's hard. I couldn't imagine you were like becoming a person.
Yeah,
and like in and out of hospitals. I was already like done. Like I was already a complete like human being, I guess. Like medically speaking, like I was 25, so like you're done.
You sort of knew what was going on.
I know.
Kinda.
I know exactly
baseline.
I know exactly what I was about, and I know exactly what would have gotten me there.
Sure.
And I'd seen most stuff already. Like, you know what?
Right.
Like when you're like, once you hit your like your mid-20s, like most likely you've seen it all. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to pigeonhole anybody and say like, you know, if you haven't seen it all, it's fine. But
I'm actually happy for you if you haven't.
yeah,
seen
I'm
it all.
because that means you've probably still got a bit of life left in you.
Yep.
There's certain things that I have to do to even make me feel something. So, but when you are sick and going through things like puberty,
Yeah,
that must be extremely uncomfortable.
it's a nightmare.
Because there's some like a doctor, correct me if I'm wrong, but like a nurse or a doctor probably had to grab your genitals
all the time.
before you really even explored your own body and stuff. Like that's
I mean, what's funny about it is like when I was sick, that wasn't even a thought. Like nothing.
Right.
I wasn't even interested in anything like that because I
course.
was so sick. And also, like the only time that anybody would grab my balls is if they were like measuring them, seeing if my thyroid was in check. It's
Right.
always like a 90-year-old guy.
Yep. And he grabs it with like and it's like medically having your genitals touched is very transactional.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very like I remember when I had my catheter put in and like the nurse just grabbed my penis and I went, and there was no sexual feeling at all. It was just like, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Just another part of my body.
Yes.
Which is true.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's never happened before.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to 2 different doctors to get my thyroid checked. And they both measured my balls or whatever. And so the second one, I'll start with the second one. The second one was an old guy, came in with the ball necklace around his neck, like around his neck, and like took it off and was like very like he took a little too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it was like very like what are you like?
Oh,
like,
that's weird.
Yeah, and he was knocking on death's door.
Yeah.
But
So maybe he didn't even know what was going on.
no, or he really knew.
Or he really knew.
Or he really enjoyed what was going on.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, a child's balls."
Yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so that guy, but the guy that I had before that was it was completely transactional, and I remember there were 2 students in the room, which also I love giving medical students experience.
Yep.
I think that's super important. But when you're going through puberty and there's like beautiful girls in the same room as you, while you're getting your balls tugged on
Yeah.
at 12 years old, it's a nightmare.
Well, it's very, I guess, just like, not, I don't want to say, it's just like a little embarrassing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because it's also the age where you're like, who do I like? Like, and when you say, like, you'd be like, the way you would say, I like that person, you'd like, that person's really pretty. Or like that. Do you remember the days when it would be like, that person likes you, or like, I like that person and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But then you would describe the person you had a crush on by being like, they're like really funny and really cool.
Yeah.
I think they're really cool. And that was
I
your
miss
way
those
of being,
days.
yeah, those were very much easier than now when everyone's like, wow, fuck, look at their fucking bot. Like,
Liking someone, I think, was
Yep.
one of the most exciting like times
Yep.
in my like
But
love
you-
life, I guess.
You and I were also like I bet you and I are the little boys that like, if we held a hand, like our hearts would flutter.
Yeah.
Like that's, I would pass.
Yeah, easy.
I would, I'd get all sweaty and I'd be like, oh, I guess I'm getting married.
Yeah, I guess this is it, right? I will tell you I'll tell you a couple stories because I feel like you went through school, right? You
I did a bit of school.
yeah, so
I'm a school guy.
so I was in and out of school, right?
Right.
So I was this sick kid who the school didn't like. They locked me away in a room,
Right.
right?
They gave you an iPad and said, good luck.
Yes. And I remember there was a day where we would have half days every once in a while. And that was the most exciting
Right.
because, and I would really prep my body for this because we would walk to like go get food and go to like the dollar store and like, cause we're walking. all
Yeah,
over
of
the
course.
place. And so I would go, I sort of did like a Forrest Gump where I walked out of my crutches and my leg braces and I went, I'm going to do it.
Oh no. Like you were like going to have your Forrest Gump moment where
Yeah.
he starts running and everything breaks off him and you had your run,
Yes.
Forrest, run.
Yes. That's
Okay.
my whole, that I prepped for this day probably for a couple weeks. Where it's like,
Okay.
okay, I'm taking Tylenol this morning. I'm going to take Advil in a couple hours to prep myself to walk, which is great because it was honestly probably a quarter of a mile.
Yep.
And so we walked to this park, and there was this girl. Her name was Rosalie,
Oh.
like Mario. And
you were Luigi, and you were like, woohoo!
I was like Wahoo all
Yeah.
the time. And Rosalie had just broken up with her boyfriend. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Here we go.
That's me. And so, okay, all right. And I don't think I've said this before. So it was a half day. All our friends are around, and I'm there. No doctor appointments that day. No ball tugs. No X-rays.
No. But you're hoping for maybe a ball tug of.
I was hoping for maybe a ball tug, and I was giving X-ray eyes.
Yeah.
So I was, you know how like when you like had crushes on girls and you were like walking like they were having conversations and you do that shit that some adults do that's super embarrassing.
Yep.
That you go like, yeah.
Yep.
And then you like
the guy last night who went, Jets.
yeah. Explain what happened last
Quick
night
story.
for a sec.
Last night we were at dinner, and I'm wearing this New York Jets T-shirt, and I don't give a fuck about the Jets.
No.
It's
a shirt.
It's a shirt. It's a fucking
cool color.
shirt. Cool color. I like the way I look in dark green, and I wore it out to dinner. And we were all just sitting eating tacos and drinking root beer.
Yep.
And then the drunkest guy on planet Earth walked by. He walked by originally, went to the bathroom. About, 2 hours later, he walked back after what I think was hefty diarrhea and a long nap.
Yeah.
And he walked back past us. But what made him walk past us was Dean went to the bathroom, and the guy was sleeping against the wall.
Dean woke him up. Yeah.
Dean woke him up, and then he went, oh, geez, I got to get back to being the drunkest guy in this bar.
By himself.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You could tell by how beige his shorts were. So he walks back, and he points at me and just goes, Jets. And I go, yeah, man. And then he just went, let's go, and walked out of the bar. We didn't see him back at the bar at all.
No, it was awesome.
And just sauntering around and just spilling a little beer everywhere. Which now I realize that was fully when I realized that we are in Florida.
Oh yeah.
That I was like, oh yeah, right. This is I've heard tales about this. I've heard tales about these types of folks.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like that. It was, and he was kind of doing the thing where he was like walking on his toes, like with a bit of liquid courage. And I assume that is how you walked up to Rosalie.
Yeah.
And I imagine probably wearing the same outfit because
Probably. Long cargo shorts.
Some fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there's some men in the world that still dress like they're 7 years old.
No, yeah, it's really cool. That
Yeah.
still dress like they're in middle school.
Exactly.
Except I had some. I would like to say I had some drip as a kid.
Oh, I'm sure. Because when you're a sick kid too, I'm sure your mom was just trying to be like, yeah, we'll get you whatever you want.
So no.
Oh.
We had no money.
Right.
So all of my clothes were from Goodwill. But what's considered cool now,
Yes.
it was not cool back then, but I had like a 3XL Brian Urlacher jersey.
Yeah,
That was like my thing, or like
Yep.
a Vince Wilfork jersey.
Wow.
That were like fucking $1 at Goodwill that nobody wanted.
I bet you had like a Carhartt shirt and probably just stuff that's like way too expensive now.
Yes, yeah.
But
Champion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they'd be like, Champion.
Yeah.
What are you, fucking so poor?
Yeah, but also the issue is because I don't know anything, or I didn't know anything. I know everything now because I'm a fucking genius. But he I'm saying he, like this is a different person.
Yep.
But
Hold on, I'm about to have diarrhea. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
I have to stop. I'm about to put my pants. Should we pause the recording?
No, I'll talk to him.
You talk to me. I'm gonna leave the door open. Talk to you. I'm just gonna poo with the door open. And then
Okay.
You tell me, okay.
Okay. So I would have this Brian Urlacher jersey, but I would pair it with like a beret, which was not cool.
Well, no.
So that's sort of where I lost my cool factor. And that was my extent of style with like cargo shorts. Oh, look at this guy. He's getting a fucking call on the toilet.
No, I gotta take my anxiety meds.
Gotta take his anxiety meds. That's good. He's halfway through a Nordstrom coffee and is shitting his pants right now. And I bet you it's the biggest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'll take a picture.
Because there's plain shits, right? Which he had yesterday. And then just like weird food. His stomach is fucked. I'm excited for this one. I've been waiting to see Jacob Sharpe shits. Also, just to give a little context, Jacob and Curtis and Dean are on their tour. So I'm here for the first 3 dates of the tour, and I believe there are some tickets still available for upcoming dates. So check that out if you want to see Jacob Andrew Sharpe on the road, doing his biz, shaking his ass. Yeah, so he, no problem. Had to plug that. What else do we have to plug? Merch? Do you have merch?
I'm gonna continue the Ouch My Brain thing for forever, so if you want to donate to brain cancer, do that.
Okay. So he's talking like he thinks that there's a mic on him, which is interesting. But on Jacob's website, he has a shirt that what is it?
Ouch My Brain, Urban designed it.
I know, but how does it benefit cancer research? What's the charity?
So the charity is the
Princess Margaret Brain Cancer Research Fund. So you buy a shirt and it says "Ouch My Brain" because this guy over here had brain cancer. So still has a tumor in his brain. What the hell's wrong with this guy? So that's good. That if you want to support Jacob Andrew Sharpe and people with cancer.
Well, no, all the proceeds go to it.
All the proceeds. Oh, okay. So you don't support Jacob Andrew Sharpe, but you support people like Jacob Andrew Sharpe, and honestly, probably make him feel better than buying his regular merch, by supporting Princess Margaret. You got it. He says.
I'm just wiping.
That's good. He's been in there for 2 minutes, which is pretty quick for a Jacob shit. Because usually it takes a while because he's so far backed up, like it's at his throat. So it he says, "Oh yeah." It takes a while for it to travel all the way down, snake its way down, I guess. But now. I feel like he's having some issues wiping. I don't know if you could hear that, but he's making noises as he wipes, and that's never a good sign, honestly. And there's a flush. Oh, Jesus Christ! Fuck! I'm not going to believe it.
Nope.
Why is that?
Probably just because of the length and the wild shit.
Good. Awesome. Is this one gonna make Dean cry?
No, but I did just drop weight for sure.
That's good. Good.
Did I tell you about recently? The last time I took a poop. I washed my hands. Don't worry. I always wash my hands. I don't like when people don't wash their hands. It's gross.
After shitting?
Yeah,
it's gross.
I've seen people do it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But so wow. Okay. Well, first.
Oh my God.
Isn't that disastrous?
Yeah, that's not human.
No, it was like up to here. It must have been up to here.
My God.
So anyways, but recently I was on the phone with Dean FaceTime me and I was about to go take a poop, and I was like, let's do a fun experiment. I'm gonna weigh myself before, and then I'll weigh myself after. How much weight do you think I lost?
2. Is this the one
You're close.
that Dean posted about and was crying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, that was a couple days before that.
Great.
But,
What was it?
4 pounds. A 4-pound poo.
Yeah.
There's some babies that are born at 4 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had like a premature baby.
Yes, you did. That's fucking...
That's how, okay. And as much as I'm here to talk about cancer and being sick,
Yeah. That's a health issue.
that is, I have
That's a
very
problem.
intense IBS.
Yeah.
Like it's every day.
Yeah.
And everyone, like some people are like, oh, I bet. But you can attest to this. It's,
Yeah, it's shocking.
every single day.
It's shocking. I mean, and this isn't just like an after cancer thing. Like you've had your fucking asshole split open multiple times.
Yep.
This is like an actual.
Right before I met Eilish, I had stitches in my butt.
Yeah. It's an issue that you've had. So.
Yeah, but it's just, and everyone's like, well, have you tried, maybe you should think about getting cheese out of it. Shut up.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Have you stopped eating? I have done it all.
Yeah, for sure.
I've tried it all.
Yeah.
I've done it all. And
you need more fiber.
You need more fiber. I went vegetarian. I would eat spinach and like all my every morning I would have like cooked out. I would have everything that I could do. I would just be doing everything, but it didn't matter.
No.
What did help is when I like certain things, I'd be like, oh, my skin kind of cleared up a little bit. So my cystic acne went away sometimes. That also just might have been with age. But everyone ever is just like, you might be gluten intolerant. You might, like I haven't been talking to doctors about it.
Of course, yeah.
Like
you haven't done the measurements.
Like it hasn't been my whole life. Like my dad wouldn't get a little pissed when I would go to the bathroom and clog the toilet. And then I would have to walk out and be like, sorry, man, you got to get back in there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But then since I moved to the city and I don't live in a stupid little farmhouse anymore, there's good plumbing. So the toilets in Toronto, Ontario, suck them down real good.
Good.
They, yeah, like they are like the toilets in Toronto are stoked to be toilets. My toilet growing up really wanted to be something else. Like my toilet at home was like the elf that wanted to be the dentist.
Gotcha.
Like different aspirations. But
Your toilet was an air conditioner.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally was like, yeah, I actually want to get into AC and like into HVAC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm trying to get out of the
plumbing
business.
Yeah. Well, because I'm sick of swallowing human shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that's how it feels for some people working at their jobs. They're like, I'm sick
Probably.
of swallowing human shit.
We saw a guy at the valet who was swallowing human shit.
Yeah, he didn't like it. And he took it out on us, but that's okay. I get it. He's sitting in the sun all day long.
Yeah, but fuck that.
We just wanted to know where the mall was and the Nordstrom was, and he was just like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Nordstrom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Probably in there. points
But also
to the mall.
in there.
Probably
and I was
in
like,
there.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But also, I kind of like his honesty, which was, you're two grown men.
yeah, figure it
You're
out.
two grown-ups. You can go walk in and figure it out.
And also-
and he literally said, I don't know, go in the mall and look at the map. And I was like, you know what? Great point.
Yeah, but also not a great point because he doesn't know us, and it took us how long to figure out that fucking map?
Yeah, it's because it's a bad mall. It's
is
a bad mall.
Well, the stairs are here, and it says you're here, so
Yeah.
let's figure out.
Now,
also-
where, and this is the types of stores. Is it near the Perfume Palace or is it right beside the YSL?
Yeah,
it's the
it
biggest.
was really weird.
It's the weirdest little mall.
Is it? Are we? Is this near the Gucci store or the Busch Gardens setup? Fucking mimicking a
Bingo.
fucking playground.
Is it near the
in mall?
PacSun or is it beside the Coach outlet?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to go?
So it's a weird
Mall in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa fucking Florida.
Is it Tampa Bay?
No.
Where's Tampa Bay then?
I would assume it's a bay in Tampa.
But, because they're the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL.
Yeah.
But that's Tampa though, right?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But this is Tampa,
Yeah.
so I don't get it.
If Hannah was here, she would be my Tampa Bay.
Oh.
Auga.
All right, so tell me about.
Okay, I'll finish this
Finish
story.
your story with Rosalie.
Okay, I had a fucking, you know those phones that opened up hot dog style that had the keyboard?
Are you talking about the LG Kibo or the LG Neon?
Sure.
What are we talking?
I don't remember what it was. It was
The
an
Motorola.
LG,
It wasn't the Razr. It was the. I had another one that was Motorola, and it was like red and silver.
which was super cool.
Yeah,
Love
super
those
cool.
phones.
It was awesome.
Flipped open and it had text to speech. And I'll just say this really quick so that we can get a classic Jacob Andrew Sharpe reaction. 1 second.
Good call.
Flip it open, type out, Rosalie, will you go out with me? I get down on one knee, I turn on text to speech, I hit play, I don't say it out loud.
Wait, what? Okay, yeah.
And it says it. But there are cars driving by, so like she doesn't hear it. So like I have to like play it multiple times. And it was probably the most embarrassing moment of my entire life. And
Wait, so now I'm getting it. You in front of her.
in front of her, on one knee, like I was proposing, flipping open a fucking LG, whatever the fuck, and I said, Rosalie, will you go out with me? And the answer, of course, was no, because my first girlfriend I've been with for 7 years, the only person who would ever say yes to me, so that's good. Not saying that's a standard thing, but she, I fell in love with this girl. I also waited a little while to after that. I was like,
you
I'm
didn't
fucking
just see
done.
Hannah and then be like, I'll give this a try.
No.
Right.
I built up quite a lot of courage, and of course I asked her out through text because I'm a fucking little bitch, right? If I can't audibly say, Rosalie, will you go out with me 5 years prior, I then, of course, I'm going to text Hannah and say, will you be my Valentine? She says yes. And then I say, are we dating? And she goes, sure. So, and then it worked out, and now she's the fucking love of my life. But, yeah, that was the worst, the most embarrassing moment.
You got down on one knee.
Yeah, let's break it down.
And you played. Mm-hmm. This is the most like, okay, like when you, obviously you had an iPad as a little kid. Mm-hmm. Obviously you were like, well, it's like you are obviously like a little like socially stunted by the technology.
What?
Hey, but
no.
Then you see like, you saw like the Notebook and you're like, I think I know how this all works. Mm-hmm. And you, man, sorry, but I think these knee surgeries were a little, I think that was like the universe going, I don't think this guy deserves knees.
No, I don't think he needs to get down on one knee for quite a while. Yeah.
Wow.
It was horrifying. And of course there was a group around. Of course, of course there were multiple people.
Yes, of course.
Because I was like, I think I'm gonna ask her out today.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna ask her out.
And that was your way of being like, not only am I gonna have a girlfriend, but now I'm gonna be like a part of this crew that
I'm gonna be part of this group.
Now I'm gonna have friends finally.
Who then sent me death threats 6 months later.
Nice.
Thank you to all of you. You're all very, very cool now, and I'm glad that you're getting your art degree at Maine College of Art, because you're really gonna use that. I'm a tuber, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a tuber. I'm on
You
tour.
hear that? He's a tuber.
I'm on tour. You're getting an art degree for your shitty drawings. I'm a photographer on tour with my best friends. Are you joking? You're the worst.
Sounds like Jake's over it.
You're all the worst. That's all. That's it.
Yeah,
you're all the worst.
Piece of shit losers.
Yeah.
And I'll kick your ass. Even though I'm sure some of you have, overcompensated by getting strong, and I'm sure you could kick my ass, but
Well, no.
Whatever.
These kids are not strong. Like, you can't say that they're strong. These are the kids.
No, but you know the ones that grow up with the guilt of sending a death threat, and then they're like, I'm gonna work out about it.
Yeah, but they need work ethic to do that.
They'll
buy guns, and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
One of the kids actually just bought a rocket launcher a couple years ago, and I'm honestly super proud of him.
A rocket launcher?
Yeah.
What? For what?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Maybe
I
deer?
don't like... Okay. Maybe, just maybe, the government, from what you've told me, I think the government should get a little involved in Maine. It seems like that the rules don't apply in Maine.
We have it so covered. It's a mess. Maine is a fucking mess, and I want you to go there so bad because I feel like you would have I wouldn't say that this would be like searching for material, but you would have so many good laughs. You would have so many good laughs.
Well, it feels like it feels like close to home with like the things you've described to me, but it sounds
except
just
everybody's
sad.
armed, so it's like
right.
Yeah.
What's okay?
Okay. As a Canadian fella,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a gun in public?
Not in public. So like my dad was the like firearms instructor for the Canadian College or the Corrections Canadian College. I don't know. All my parents. My dad was like he was the firearms instructor. Anyways, doesn't matter. So like I grew up around guns, but like not in the way of like we weren't like root tootin' like we're going like I really wasn't like I've never been like I think I've been like hunting maybe once in my life. I was never around it in like the American sense of like I got to go shoot guns out back. We're going hunting. We're gonna go catch ourselves some deer. We're gonna turn it into jerky. All this all this. It was never because like the American like infatuation with firearms is absurd to me because even though my dad taught how to properly shoot firearms, it was like not a part of who we were and like culturally. So it wasn't like I was like, that's my dad's gun room. Yeah. There was no guns in the house type of thing. And even if there was, we didn't know about it.
Right, which is the way it's supposed to be.
But like 100%. So I just, I think it's just kind of absurd how much it's like involved in how people grow up and who people are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I
think it's just I like the open carry thing. We're in an open carry state, right? Is Florida open carry?
I think majority of the states are. Yeah.
Right.
Florida
I think
is definitely one.
Yeah. It must be.
Yeah.
Because I think that is wild to me. And I know that people are like, well, you need to be able to protect yourself and protect your family. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But if there's no, I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot and I'm like, well, if there's no open carry, then no one can have a gun on them legally. I mean, obviously that's not going to solve all gun violence. I'm sorry we're back to gun violence and all that stuff, but
it's fine.
That's just, it's just weird to me. But maybe I obviously grew up, I grew up right next door, but it's just a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit different in the way that anybody can kill anyone at any point.
Yeah.
And they have the ability to do that.
Well, it's just that can happen anywhere, obviously. But it's the accessibility is a little different.
To choke someone out is a little more than to go bow. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also you have to fully choke someone out, and you have to have like the intention to grab somebody, bring them to the ground, and watch like the life leave their body. It takes a second. With a gun, it's pretty bing bang boom pretty quick. Anyways,
but so you've never seen the reason why I'm asking.
We really went from this is how I asked out a girl when I was a kid to you ever seen a gun in public?
That's what we do.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. That's our thing. But I remember seeing like in Bangor, I'll see people open carry in Walmart, of course Walmart. Yeah. All the time. And like to a point where I'm more scared of people who are open carrying than I would be in say a place where there isn't open carrying.
Right.
Because I don't, these are the kind of people who want to, you're open carrying because you want to be the hero in a situation, which is really strange. And
Well,
you're
because
looking
you saw
at
you were a
different.
Batman fan and you were like,
Yeah.
this is my time to shine. Type
It's weird and it's scary because you're trying to you're like eyeing people out. Like, shut the fuck up. That's so annoying.
It's the same guys that when they see like it's the same guys that when they view a woman as dressing like very scandalous, they're like, I need to save her.
Sure.
She might be into some bad stuff and I need to save her. Like, it's like the hero complex.
Yeah,
like
the guys who are like, put me in Ukraine. And it's
oh
like, well,
yeah. It's like, you can.
Yeah.
You can sign up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a very weird state of mind.
It rocks though. It's
It
awesome.
does. So that's Maine.
That's Maine. I mean, I've literally seen automatic weapons in Walmart strapped. There was a couple with 2 guns on either side in holsters, matching, and then had bulletproof vests on and ARs strapped to their back in Walmart.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Looking at ice cream.
Looking at ice cream, yeah. Looking at what deals they got going on TP, or looking at cat food.
Yeah, and looking around like something's going to happen, which I understand, being prepared for anything or whatever, but like it gets to be a little much when the only people in the Walmart can't physically walk and are in those fucking chairs, like those motorized chairs. Like, what are you doing? These people what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
They're gonna pull something on you? No.
it's a Walmart on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
there's people who are in there just to get exercise.
Yeah, there are people doing laps. What
yeah,
the fuck
exactly.
are you doing? Yeah, it's awesome.
It's incredible. I was gonna say, back to sexual health.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever have moments where, you ever jerk off in a hospital?
No.
Really?
No.
Well, that makes me feel worse.
Well, I was never okay. I was never overnight. Like, of course, I was overnight, but when I was overnight, it was usually like a 1 night, 2 night thing where it's like, okay, I'm in here because something is seriously wrong, and that's all I can think about.
Right.
You were there doing treatments and all that. Like, I think
Well, that's true. I didn't like.
you lived there.
I did live there, but I didn't. It wasn't like, I guess, yeah. During my surgeries, I was not like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I wasn't sitting in ICU being like, I'm a little turned on.
Yeah.
But it was definitely, yeah. During chemo, I was just like, chemo and radiation, because I was like, I gotta really kill some time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. Obviously, I don't feel good, but like, I think when you're out of a surgery or when you're like doing stuff like that, you're just kind of like, you're also so high that like, good luck knowing like even where your genitals are. Good luck. But I was just curious because at like 15 or 16, that's when you're like peaking with hormones.
Yeah. So I would say I was delayed like quite a lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do you think that was just like a natural thing, or do you think it was because of being in and out of hospitals and the specific situation you were in?
I think it was the situation I was in. I think I would probably like, I honestly and
You'd have been fucking and sucking if those knees were okay. if it wasn't for that wheelchair, man.
I think I still would have proposed to girls. Will you have sex with me with an LG phone?
Yeah, want a French kiss.
Yeah,
but,
want
on
to
a
put
motor
your tongue down my throat.
Yeah. Want to lock lips, baby?
Yeah. Lock lips.
With your little beret on?
Yeah.
With your little beret?
Yeah.
You were like a little Frenchman that was walking around being like, ugh.
I was born to be a photographer.
Yeah, you were for sure.
I turned my beret backwards and I was like, pose for me.
Yeah, pose for me. I would love to shoot you sometime.
Yeah. God. And I actually just made a video about creepy photographers.
Creepy photographer, absolutely.
Yeah.
If anyone ever DMs you, I would love to shoot you sometime. We should hang out, and I would love to take pictures. Anything like that?
Okay.
For the most part.
We should hang out.
Is a different thing.
If it's not transactional, I try to make every DM that I send to any model that I want to shoot with, like we're meeting outside. We are shooting outside. We'll take 30 minutes and then we'll go our separate ways. This isn't like I'm not trying to be your friend. We can be friends if that's what you want, but like it's very,
Instead of come over to my house,
Sure.
we'll have some drinks.
Yeah,
that's Creep Fest 99. That
Yes.
is not good.
yeah. And I'm not saying that I would be that if I wasn't sick.
No.
But I definitely I was delayed for sure. Because I was focused on like surviving, and the only time that I really thought about my wee wee was when doctors were looking at it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not like I think the first time I ever watched porn was on accident.
Right, okay.
Because I was probably illegally downloading, like, I don't know, LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem.
Yep, and then was it on LimeWire, FrostWire or something, and then whoopsie daisy, here it comes.
It was Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay, yep.
And yeah, I think that actually, no, the first time that I ever was introduced to porn, and maybe this is going to be therapy session.
Okay.
I think the first time that I was ever introduced to porn was, I was like 8, and I wanted to Google something on my dad's tablet.
Yep.
And I didn't know that my dad had a specific porn tablet.
Oh, and then not just like, and then like a regular one.
No.
Oh, he just had a porn tablet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everything was porn all the time for him.
Oh, okay.
So I opened that up, and I went to like the browser or whatever, and I wanted to search something, and it was like just nasty. It was just gross.
Yep.
And of course, this is why I was delayed, is because I didn't want to be like my dad. I didn't want to be looking up like 18-year-old whatever does this. And
right.
It's like I'm going to be the age of the people that my dad is attracted to. I don't want to do I don't want to be part of this. And like even within,
which is really fucked up, because that is also a huge issue with the porn industry, with things like with having things that are like, oh, barely legal, or as if teen is like a real like category or fetish on some websites. Like that's really messed up.
Yeah.
Because if it's barely legal, maybe we shouldn't be fetishizing this. And maybe we shouldn't be like, promoting it, and I think that's like a really interesting not interesting. It's a really great perspective, because recognizing that you were like, oh, that doesn't make me feel okay, because that's I think that's I don't really know where I'm going with this, but it's just like that. I feel like because it's so glorified in porn, and I don't think there's not a strong enough conversation yet with what the porn industry does to people, like especially with things like that, like obviously with like the idea of being like a lot of the incest stuff, and a lot of that like a lot of that revolves around like what is it, infantilization or like it's something that I dealt with in a relationship almost, but it's just like there's something about like when, because I remember when I this is also you saying like your dad's sex tablet or porn tablet. I found like a collection of like videotapes. That's why I'm like, oh, I am older than Jake, but but they were like old like tapes that were recorded over with like TV porn, so it was like softcore porn where it was just like you see like butts and boobs, and that's about it. But that was the first time I was introduced to porn, was by accident, And then I remember just like kind of doing like the little kid thing where like I just screamed and then like took it out of the thing and then like put it back. And I was like, I never want to see that ever again.
Yeah.
But when you are young enough and you see that stuff, like there was just something where you were just like, oh, like it's just like it's a little shocking.
I think like with my
and also obviously, you know, all the other stuff, but
yeah, I think like with my dad, I think so I mentioned this in a video a couple weeks ago. I made a joke where I said there was a TikToker that I was talking about who was 17 who was over sexualizing herself. She has something like 18 million or 15 million or something on TikTok. And she was like basically like almost making out with something like a 28-year-old.
Okay.
And it was gross.
Yep.
And I talked about that and I was like, I'm going to skip past these because unlike my dad, I'm not attracted to little kids.
Bingo. Okay.
And I got a lot of comments that were like, what? Can you expand on that?
Right. Which I get that they were like, because when you make jokes about obviously like sexual assault or predatory behavior or anything like that, I get that people are like, I need more information because, but also on the other side, I get that like, you're like, when you make jokes about things that are sometimes your reality, you just kind of want to make the joke and then move on. Yeah. But that's a tough thing because when you make that joke, people go, wait, what happened now? Yeah. But yeah, and I think it's just so to assure that it's like you didn't just say that to say that obviously.
No, yeah, but I totally understand that.
But yeah, I'm sure folks were like,
yeah. They thought that it was a joke, or some other people were like, "Oh my God, we have the same dad."
Right.
Really
well,
funny.
That's really great because you know, obviously that's like that joke obviously comes from trauma and all that stuff. But when you get people to be like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about," that is the that's like kind of nice at least because then you're like, "Oh, you get it then."
Yeah, I remember like. Yeah, I think I was very delayed, and like in the first couple years of my relationship with Hannah, I was sort of like I don't want to be like my dad.
No.
So I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
Which she supported, which is
incredible.
Great, and she proved to me that I wasn't my dad. But yeah, I think just like when you grow up with like he said, like one of the things that I wrote about in my impact statement to the judge in our court case, was he said that I should stop complaining and just jerk off more about my sickness,
right?
Because it helps everything, and you should just not do that. And
that is such an unhealthy way to talk about masturbation.
Yeah, also to like a child, 11-year-old who's
disgusting.
Who's like, I'm going to kill myself if I'm not healthy in a couple of years.
Right.
And he's like, well, honestly, like you should just jizz more. And I was like, well,
that also has so much to say about obviously how emotionally and sexually he's stunted.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like, well, that's how you solve problems as a man is you jerk off, which is so fucked up. But
I have a million stories like that. But he
so anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's why I was delayed for sure, is because it's like I don't want anything to really do with this. I don't want.
But that's such I mean, that perspective is really like obviously it's horrific the way it you know, the way it came to be. But, you know, to recognize the bad and to be like, that's not going to be me. But, you know, that's also just like, that's really horrible. But on the other side, like, that's a big step, I think, in just, seeing that and being like, yeah, like, so there's a ton of men that see that and they go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then that's who they become.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. And I mean, I would rather propose to a girl in middle school with an LG phone.
Yes.
Than
be like, then show up and show your penis and jerk off and
and say that little kids are cute in front of
yeah.
your kid. And,
yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah.
Well, fuck your dad.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
No.
Don't fuck your dad.
No, please.
But let's go find him and shove him to the ground.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I would love to, and then rip his knees out and be like, that one's for Jake.
Yeah, how do you like that? I love that after I stopped talking to him,
yeah,
his health has gotten so much worse.
Good. That's the best.
Awesome. It's so cool.
What does he have?
I don't know.
I hope it's something that we will never talk about on this podcast, so he never gets advice on it.
No. Yeah, that'd be great because I know that he's most likely watching right now.
Oh, that's cool.
And he could be jerking off.
That's cool.
Probably,
because he's a little cuck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a little loser cuck.
Yeah, hasn't had a relationship, really ever.
Well, no, he sounds like a great dad.
Yeah, he's awesome. But I love that like he's the kind of guy, like he's our worst nightmare because he's the kind of guy who will be like right when COVID happened, he would be like, yeah, I have COVID and I'm suffering and you need to like.
Oh, so he's a manipulator.
Yeah, he's a full-on narcissist. Another thing, one of my family members on that side just got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
Whoa.
Bad. And that's awful. And it's a fucking nightmare. And he leaves me voicemails every 3 days for the last 5 years. Yep. And it's always like let's talk about making things work or whatever. But this latest time, he'll use anything in a family. Yeah. So this latest time he was like, because I still have a great relationship with his parents. Oh, okay. Because they know how much of a fuck he is, and they've said it before. So they're like, yeah, we're sorry about our kid, which is amazing.
That's incredible.
And so, the latest voicemail that he left me was something like, one of your family members, it isn't gonna make it.
Wow.
And if you want to know more about it, call me. Okay. Just to get me to talk to him.
Right.
Which is so gross.
Oh yeah, it's so gross. Well, that's fucked up because would that be his sibling or something?
No, it's
just like any like
his niece's husband. So it's not.
So you just using anything to be like.
He's making it sound like it's one of my grandparents who I love, and it's someone who I've met a couple times.
That's also so shitty just to be like own up to the fact that you were a shit dad and you were a creep and all this other shit and that you did such a bad job with your son. How about you just move on? I know it must be hard, but you fucked up, own up to your shit, move on and leave your kid alone because obviously, and maybe learn from your mistakes and be better. Yeah. But instead, you were just trying to do this weird thing where you're like, well, no, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Like, grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up and be a better person. Yeah. This isn't about being like, hey, you should actually talk to me because I'm actually not that bad of a guy. Yeah. I think you are. Yeah. And if you still don't understand that you are that bad of a guy, then I don't want to talk to you.
No, and also like he used to like send his goons after me. So he had friends who were also creepy who would talk about, because I was a dancer for a while. Right. And they would all go to my dance recitals together and then talk about the girls.
Is your dad like an 80s villain? Like, I don't get it.
It's crazy. But talk about the girls in front of like me and my mom. And my mom would be like, what the fuck are you doing? And
weird.
He'd be like, they're not my daughters.
Ew.
Super gross. But he would bring his friends. His friends are from New Hampshire. Like they don't have anything to do with this. But he would bring his friends to watch. And
that's so fucked up.
And so his friends still to this day send me messages like how do you feel that you've turned your back on your family and It's really.
I know exactly the type of like.
Oh, I know
your
yeah,
dad's
I know
friends
you do.
that
Yeah.
like I know exactly the type of person
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
Like
Just
are they
the
also
dumbest
like just
people.
like single guys that are just like clinging to shit
Well, guys,
just because they have nothing going on?
guys who cheat on their
Yes,
significant
yes.
others. That one of these guys he testified in
Like small
against me.
men. Not like physically, but just like small in the types of people they are. Small,
Yeah, little-
weak, but very
bitches.
abrasive.
Yeah.
And that
one
is,
of these guys teaches high school wrestling
Yep.
and has a wrestling podcast with like 300 subscribers. And I just want to say fuck you, because it's just also a wrestling podcast, you know?
Yeah. Like
What? Today in New Hampshire.
yeah, exactly. Is it not professional wrestling? Is it like
No.
just wrestling, like amateur wrestling?
Yeah. Today in New Hampshire, one of my students got first, and it gets like 20 views, and then he posts on Facebook, why is my podcast getting 20 views? And it's like, well, maybe because you want to fuck all of the high schoolers that you're teaching.
Maybe it's because every photo you've ever taken is from down here.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's wicked annoying.
It's awesome.
So that's that's a bit of a nightmare.
It's a little context to my joke.
It's a little okay, there we go. So now if anyone's wondering why Jake will make jokes like that,
Here's a timestamp.
here's a timestamp. Yeah. Timestamp the last 20 minutes of this episode. Fuck. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you for sharing that.
I've got-
I know you have.
I've got a
years of-
million more stories, and also like
well, we can keep unpacking that. Not right now.
Yeah, throughout
Throughout the podcast.
for sure. I think we will. I think maybe we'll talk about how into my late teens my dad made me sleep with him naked in bed. Maybe we'll talk about just a bunch of different things like that.
Well, that's a fun cliffhanger, huh? Oh my God. Subscribe for more of Jake's trauma.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and also
Well, I can open up about the horrors of my grandfather and using the religion to sleep with his children. We can talk about that next time.
that's super
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
also, wait,
put that in your Jehovah's Witness and go door to door with it because that's what they did.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
What's the town that you grew up in?
Guelph, Ontario, which has one of the biggest Kingdom Halls, I believe, in Ontario. So I grew up JW, but we can cover this another day.
Wasn't
I was a
one of the
JW.
places called Kingston?
Well, Kingston is where I grew up. I was born in Guelph, moved to Kingston, and lived in Sydenham.
So the farm that I grew up in
Yes.
is Kingston, New Hampshire.
No way. Wow.
So something about Kingston.
Something about Kingston.
Something about Kingston.
Mine's the limestone city because the city is on a big thing of limestone. And it used to be the capital of Canada back when Sir John A. Macdonald was the leader of Canada. We all know that guy's a bad guy because that guy put Indigenous children in unmarked graves.
Yeah.
And he's quoted in saying the only thing that'll be left with these children is their native blood.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is the most fucked up thing on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So if you Canadians are out there that think that there's no racist history or current racism in Canada, and you think we're not as bad as the States, you're wrong. We're
Yeah.
fucked.
If you
think
that nothing's wrong, do a little archaeological
Yep.
dig under
Yeah.
any school.
Bingo. I will do this one day. I think we'll do it on this. I have a Sir John A. Macdonald action figure that I've been holding on to that I found, and I would love to light that thing on fire on camera because that guy was a piece of shit bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's still on our fucking money, and I would love to get him off of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's still on your money?
He's still on our money. He's a piece of shit. I think he's on the 5.
Maybe we could do maybe we could bury him in an unmarked grave.
I would love to go to his grave that is marked, and I would love to go take one of my big famous IBS shits right on top. Piece of shit guy.
Yeah.
So that's the history of Kingston. We housed the worst guy in our Canadian history. Not the worst, but one of the bad ones.
Yeah. Good.
Is there any questions that we have?
I don't have any.
Everybody- We don't have access to it.
Also, we have so many questions. Thank you for sending them in. And I've seen comments and I've gotten DMs saying like, I left a comment or I filled out the Google form. Maybe you didn't get it. I think we're pushing like 100 right now.
Okay. Wait, is there any way I could access it?
Yeah, it's on the doc.
Okay, we can do this. Okay. I'm at a point where, so this is from Anonymous.
Gotcha.
I'm at a point where it doesn't feel worth being further traumatized by doctors for the slim chance of one of them being able to help me. I have several rare diseases. They say rare in quotations.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And since I left home at 17, my parents are abusive little fuckers.
Nice.
We can relate to that.
Of course.
Well, not fully me. You can relate to that.
One of the parents, yeah.
I have no one to advocate for me. I am autistic, and so the way I interact with people is often read as disingenuous, and many of my doctors seem to read my self-advocacy as untruthful and attention-seeking. I'm tired of being sick and frequently traumatized by the people who are supposed to be helping me. Is it crazy to avoid medical trauma even if it means staying sick? Do you guys relate to this at all? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been to the hospital even recently being like, hey, there's something wrong with my shunt and I'm having an intense amount of pain. And even though I was met with some pretty great medical attention, there is still things like with the aftermath of talking to my oncologist or talking to other doctors and them being like, it's probably fine. But then there's still these days where I wake up with an incredible amount of pain.
Yep.
So I would say it's not crazy to avoid medical attention. I guess this is always, I guess, my advice every episode. But even when advocating for yourself, especially as someone who is autistic and you know obviously like people are probably don't understand probably don't understand what that means or why, like you said, like it feels like you're disingenuous. That self-advocacy, you're not wrong. You are right to keep going. Something is still wrong. And as exhausting as that's obviously I'm gonna say keep fighting for yourself, because that is unfortunately the only way that things will most likely get better until you find someone that can actually help you.
Yeah.
But
because you will find someone.
You will. But that the exhaustion and the emotional trauma of being told that you're okay or being ignored is enough to just be like, well, I would rather stay sick and die. And Jake and I know what that feels like 100%. But it is worth it to keep advocating for your health.
100%.
And you're not crazy. You're not crazy. And I wish that there was more understanding and less prejudiced towards autism and the way, the way you would interact with your doctors. I wish there was more understanding of like, this isn't me being disingenuous. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Please treat me the way you would treat someone. Like, because especially when you are sick, like I can be very dramatic or I can be very guarded because I'll be sometimes I'm like, ow, my fucking brain. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm scared, and I will be like crying and being like, you need to help me.
Yeah.
Or I will be lying on the table and being like, you know what? I actually think I'm okay. I'll leave. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Yep.
But it's okay to go through whatever you're going through emotionally, but just be as honest as possible and keep fighting for yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree. I got to a point where I just like whatever. It's such a fucking mess, and the fact that you have to, the fact that you even have to advocate for yourself because doctors aren't believing you or helping you is a nightmare. Yep. But you will find a doctor that helps. I remember in in the year that I was in 7th grade, I had, I believe, close to 150 doctor appointments in 365 days. And literally none of them helped.
Yep.
And they all thought I was insane. But if I had stopped, I would not be here. I would not have any kind of anything. Like I think I would probably be off this planet. So
same here. They missed it. They missed my tumor 3 times, and if I didn't keep going back, I was having little brain aneurysms, and I should have died.
Yeah.
I was told by a doctor. So, as much as whether it's pain, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, whether you are exhausted, whether you feel like maybe you're crazy, whatever it is worth it to keep trying, because you matter more than the sickness you're feeling.
Yeah.
You getting better matters.
Yeah.
And
you deserve to be here.
You deserve to be here 100%. And no doctor is going to tell you that, which is totally fine because they got other stuff to deal with. But I'll tell you right now, you deserve to be here.
Of course.
And you deserve to feel better and get better.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep fighting for yourself.
Keep trucking.
Keep trucking.
We'll be here to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll be here to chit chat. Yeah. Great.
Look at that.
You like 2 unqualified guys giving you a little bit of advice and trauma
qualified.
dumping on you?
Yeah, we do.
We do that.
We do that.
We
quite a
take
bit.
big dumps.
Yeah.
Big dumps.
He does. Yeah.
I take big dumps. And Jake, we take big dumps emotionally. And
That's
that's
true.
All right.
That's true.
That's all right. You feel good?
I feel good.
Yeah. Feel okay?
Yeah.
Good. It's okay if you don't.
You know what? I feel pretty good.
Okay, great. I feel great.
Good.
We got a show tonight. Holy moly. Alrighty.
Yeah. Big one.
Big one. All right, Tampa. I mean, this will be released after the show, but
Yeah.
let's hope it goes well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, that was the All in Our Heads podcast.
Yes.
Just if you're feeling low, you're feeling a bit, you're feeling a bit, if you're feeling a little bit, then just remember that it's all in your head.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Oh my God.
You're so crazy.
You're so kooky.
So nutso bagutso walking around thinking that my head. Shut up. Shut up.
Suck it up.
It's all in your head, okay?
Jerk off.
Jerk off, yeah. If you think you're sick, why don't you just lay down and jerk off?
Yeah.
That's what cured me. That's what all chemo is. It's all chemo and radiation is just jerking off with Jake's dad.
Yep.
And just remember, hey, Jake's dad, shut up. You're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I've been Jacob Andrew Sharpe.
I'm Jake Doolittle.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.